It was a bitterly cold night in the outskirts of Vienna, the kind of night where the fog crawls low and the street lamps struggle to pierce the darkness. In a small, decrepit apartment at the end of Elser Street, a young mother, Helena, cradled her baby girl, Amelia, trying to soothe her cries. Amelia's sobs echoed against the cracked walls, fragile and desperate, like the sound of someone trapped in a nightmare they cannot escape. Helena had always known something was wrong in the building. The neighbors whispered about strange sounds at night, doors creaking when no one was home, shadows flickering across walls, whispers with no source. But she had never imagined it would touch her family. That night, the cries grew louder. Helena's husband, Marcus, was away on a business trip, leaving her alone with the baby. She wrapped Amelia in a thick blanket and hummed an old lullaby, but the cries persisted, sharper, more frantic. Then, suddenly, the apartment went silent, too silent. Helena turned toward the baby's crib and froze. Amelia was gone. Her heart raced as she searched the apartment, every shadow seeming to move, every whisper carrying a sinister weight. She ran into the street, shouting for help. But the fog swallowed her cries. By the time the police arrived, there was no sign of the baby, no footprints in the snow, no hint of where she had gone. Days turned into weeks. Posters of Amelia covered every corner of Vienna, but sightings were always false leads. Then, a local detective, Anton Weiss, took the case. He was methodical, quiet, a man who had seen the darkness of humanity before. He noticed something the others had missed. The crib's mattress had faint stains, and the blanket had been folded in a strange, meticulous way, almost ritualistic. Anton began digging into the apartment's history. He discovered that decades ago the building had housed a notorious criminal, a man obsessed with children who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Neighbors spoke in hushed tones about the cries they sometimes heard from the empty apartment, a baby crying that no one could soothe. As Anton delved deeper, he found a hidden passage behind the walls of Helena's apartment, a narrow tunnel that led to an abandoned basement beneath the building. The air was cold, damp, and filled with the faint scent of decay, and there, lying in the darkness, was Amelia's blanket. But the baby was nowhere to be found. In the following weeks, the police uncovered evidence of a child trafficking ring operating in the city for decades. Every clue led back to the old criminal who had died years ago, but the legacy of his crimes lingered in the shadows of the city. Amelia's fate was never confirmed, but strange reports continued. Late at night, in abandoned buildings, neighbors claimed to her the soft cries of a baby, pleading, terrified yet never seen. Helena never recovered from the loss. She moved away, leaving the apartment and the memories behind, but the image of her missing baby haunted her forever. Anton Weiss, now retired, still keeps the case files on his desk, a grim reminder that some horrors never end and some cries echo forever in the darkness. And sometimes, if you walk past the old building on Elser Street, you might hear it too, the soft, mournful sob of a child alone, lost and waiting. The end.